Monday, Tuesday, Gronk Day. Four-time Super Bowl champ Rob Gronkowski here. He's played conference championship weekend a whopping 8 million times, I believe. I don't know the real number. Cannot wait to get his thoughts on Sunday, on the Patriots, of course, and Packers wide receiver Romeo Doubs. Haven't talked to him in a couple of seasons. Spoke to him at Super Bowl. I believe Deshaun Jackson was on the couch as well. He's an LA guy. He's also a free agent. What's next for the Packers? Was he happy about the Rams? Does he want to thank Mr. Curl for that interception? We've got free agency talk. We've got leading receiver on the Packers talk. Is he going to be the best uncle of the bunch? So let's get to it. I'm having a great day. Are you guys having a great day? At Up and Adam Show, let us know how you're feeling. We got conference championship weekend. And then there were only 3 freaking games left. The only thing to be sad about, right? That there's only 3 ahead of conference championship weekend. Let's take a look at the slate here and what's going on. And then there were only 2 Patriots at Broncos. Stiddy. Let's see what he can do up against Drake May and those Pats. And then Rams at Seahawks, an NFC West battle that we could have kind of called weeks and weeks ago. The Rams looking great. Stafford, a killer in the 4th up against Sam Darnold, who maybe is the best storyline, him along with the Ernest Jones of the world. So they abound, these storylines. And I think, Wednesdays, as always, we will have our guy, oh my God, Rob Gronkowski on the show. But we also like to hit you with the underreactions, the things that need a little bit of more love headed into the Super Bowl 60 in the Bay Area. Before we move forward into what is to come for Denver and the momentum continues to build around Jarrett Stidham, I don't want to underreact to what Bo Nix accomplished through the first 2 years in Denver. And I think we were all so collectively in shock that his season ended the way that it did, like stunned as it happened, the turnaround from Sean Payton, just all of it. And we're also sort of focused on what's next for Denver against New England. We have to fully appreciate and stop and take a moment for what he's done. You're seeing it here, leading this franchise to a playoff win for the first time since Super Bowl 50 with Peyton Manning, a 14-win season for the first time since 1998 with Mr. Elway. And I feel like he's not reached yet his ceiling, obviously, growing with the Sean Payton chemistry, the offense, all of that. But he has entered some rare territory with the win on Saturday. The game-winning drive ties him for the most in NFL history through a player's first 2 seasons with Andrew Luck. Okay, ahead of Payton, ahead of Elway. His 8 is crazy. 8 this year. We're tied for the most in a single season in NFL history. I remember people thought that I was being a little hyperbolic when I compared his late game antics and his ability and the trust I have in him in these games, his young career, to Elway. I said he was Elway-esque. People lost their... I said he was Eli vibes, and people went crazy on me. Well, guess what? You look stupid, and I look smart, because I would trust him over certain quarterbacks. I said that I would trust him over Justin Herbert, and I lost Chargers. In one fell swoop, I lost 15 years of goodwill. I have a Chargers helmet here that I lost them in saying that. I don't know. I don't think I was wrong as of yet, right? Herbert's got to prove that, and Bo has done it, is doing it. He's 3rd all-time in overall wins between Big Ben and Dan Marino. 3rd all-time in touchdown passes as well, ahead of Peyton and Joe Burrow. Young, older rookie, maybe something to prove still. Of course he does, but remarkable what he's accomplished, and we got to give him love for that. And if the Broncos win with Jarrett Stidham, it does not diminish anything he has done here in Hamilton. That's really been like the mental pretzel that I've been in, even just early in this week, not having processed these games yet, and talking to guests like a TJ Ward or a what is it? Because everyone's so high on Stidham and the defense will carry them. And I'm like, well, what does that mean for Bo? Like, are we just going to try to say, like, is it like Bo, if just plug anybody in that system with Sean Payton and that defense and they could do it? Like, I hate that for him. So we wanted to make sure that that's, we point out those numbers, which are bonkers.
Yeah, and I agree with you. That shouldn't be the takeaway if they win with Stidham. They do have a really good team. That shouldn't diminish Bo, especially when you look at Bo's role and how they got here. Like you pointed out, all of those game-winning drives, the way he comes alive in the fourth quarter. There aren't a lot of quarterbacks out there that do that at that level and that seem to raise their game when the game's on the line like that. So that's a part. Even if Stidham's running the offense really well, like that's a part that's really hard to replicate, and that's something he's done so well all year.
And they're besties. And there's part of it's that. So, like, if Stidham has success, I do think a part, like, Stidham's a stud, whatever, like, that's your backup quarterback. I think your quarterback has helped you steward through this time. So, yeah, NFL history, most game-winning drives in NFL history through a player's first season. That's tied with Luck, ahead of Peyton, ahead of Elway, with the world ahead of him. And now let's keep the Denver love fest going, because let's stay with the Broncos here for my next underreaction. Bye, Hammer. My respect and affection for Sean Payton and his relentlessness and his calling his shot, and just sort of the way that this maniac operates is well documented throughout the years. He has a chance in front of him, an opportunity over these next couple of weeks that is truly remarkable. He could be the first coach in NFL history to win a Super Bowl with 2 different franchises. That is impressive enough. That has been on my mind since he took the Broncos job. Like, he could do that with this team. We build it. It's happening a little sooner than even I thought, and I have nothing but faith in this maniac, okay? To do it with a backup quarterback, I think he relishes that. He's like, watch, bet, I'm going to do this. Then you become in this echelon of I'm such a psychopath that I'm completely undeniable in being able to accomplish this feat. In this conversation, then, with the greatest coaches who have ever done, when you're able to do something nobody's ever done. Now, he's still going to be a complicated Hall of Fame case in NFL history, given the things that have happened in the past. I don't really want to focus on that right now, but it does play in to this. And, it would, I think this would be a big deal for him. In that realm of those rooms and those conversations, because it instantly makes you undeniable, elevates him above any of his contemporaries that have had the longevity and the ring and a less complicated history. John Harbaugh, Tomlin, Pete Carroll. And he gets into that Andy Reid, Gibbs, Bill Walsh, Bill Parcells, who he loves. And I can't have a conversation with Coach Payton without him bringing up Parcells. It's a little stressy, a little traumatic, a little whatever, but reverence, so much reverence there. Undeniably, when we're talking about what's happening on the field, he gets put into that conversation with a Super Bowl win here. And speaking of Parcells, everyone keeps bringing up Nick Foles as part of the Stidham making a Super Bowl run with the backup discourse. Let's not forget that Sean Payton's mentor, Bill Parcells, did it first. What a nice moment. What a nice thing to live up to. 1990, you're looking at it. Phil Simms goes down late in the year. It was Jeff Hostetler who came in to lead the Giants. It's a win over Montana. The footage is beautiful. The defending champion Niners, eventually a Super Bowl win over the Bills in Pasadena. So Sean has so much reverence for Bill Parcells. How cool would it be, must it be, to see this opportunity to sort of follow his footsteps in that special, rare way? I love that, especially to cap off a season which he passed Bill Parcells in all-time wins on that list. There's goosebumps there. I love that for Coach Payton. So there's levels to this thing. The quickness in which he has almost achieved this opportunity in front of him, bringing everything that he's brought, the juice, the foundation, the belief, just like the badassery to call your shot in the beginning of the season, before the season started, a week into training camp, saying this is a championship team. He was not there the year before. This is all orchestrated to a T, and now the biggest of wrenches thrown into it with losing the quarterback that you instilled all this belief into. And here comes Stiddy against the Patriots, all the institutional knowledge, of course, Josh McDaniels, knowing Stidham, all of that. They're humming, and Vrabel's a great coach, but this is huge for Sean. Huge for Sean. Couldn't be happier. Finally, what else are we underreacting to? We did touch on this a little bit the other day. The dominance of the Seattle Seahawks. That's when I think Seattle 2025, they're dominant. What they've done. The point differential is stupid over the second half of the season. Better than 51 of 59 Super Bowl winners in history. But we are underreacting to the completeness of the Seahawks squad. Wild numbers we're going to work up here as we're watching this. Number 1 ranked offense, number 3 ranked defense, only team in the entire league that ranks in the top 10 in passing, rushing, pass D, and run D. All 4. They're even top 3 in both kickoff and punt return averages, an advantage I believe they have over those Rams. I've tried to find a flaw, any flaw. I'm really good at finding flaws and things that are perfect. And I can't find it. Take a look at this. The Seahawks averaging over 29 points per game, allowing fewer than 17. They're the 7th team to do that since 1975, but the previous 6 all won the Super Bowl. Greatest show on turf. Favre and Reggie White Packers. Art Monk, baby! Green, Gibbs, Washington, I don't know, Montana, Niners on these lists. This is crazy. These weren't just Super Bowl winning situations. You're making a list all time on a napkin at an airport. You're including those teams, even the one team on this list that didn't win, of course, the 2007 Patriots, who were 18-1. And it deserves some love. And it makes it just so much more incredible when you consider the competition and the parity that have been defining characteristics of this. We will look back and be like, 2025, what a weird year. It began a change in the NFL, which everyone's like rooting for, and forgetting Patrick Mahomes at the top of the best quarterback in the league conversations here in 2025 to close it out. So all of these teams have been so close, so competitive. The Seahawks have stood above them all. What? With a coach that, like, I don't know that people would even recognize walking down the street. We'll see them hopefully and potentially finish going down in history with those other legends if they can win that, and that would be great. Okay, we're going to take a short break here. I believe we have a break, and Rob Gronkowski on the program. He's checking in now. We'll be back.
Yeah, I think one of the most surprising things, too, like digging into the Seahawks of it all after that game, that was only, and this speaks to like the parity and competition around the league, too. That was only the second game this year that a team's won by 35 or more points, which is kind of crazy to think about. How close all these.
I spilled my coffee. I need to.
Oh, no.
Tell me one more time.
I was saying that was only the second time this year that a team's won a game by 35 or more points. Like, we haven't had blowouts like that all year, and they do it in the playoffs, which is crazy. Wild to think about. The only other game was the Carson Wentz against the Bengals.
What do you need? For what?
Okay.
Oh, no, it was in there. Thank you. That's so nice. No. I did my dirty work pre-show. Thank you. That's crazy. Romeo Doubs, I'm excited to talk to.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Just Bill stuff right now.
Thank you.
I don't know if you're seeing any of these quotes.
Yeah, what's going on? I haven't looked at my phone.
Yeah.
I've been deep in conversation about Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, one of the big bombshells, Terry Pagula said that Brandon Beane didn't want Keon Coleman, and the coaches made him draft him, which...
Who's saying this stuff?
They are having a press conference right now, and Terry Pagula said it.
Terry said what?
That Brandon Beane didn't want to draft Keon Coleman.
Terry
and
loves Brandon. We just need to get over. Yeah. Everyone just needs to... You know what's probably so hard for Bills fans is how wrong you were about your personnel and what at least what the building believes, you know? And I don't know if I don't know Brandon Beane very well. I don't.
Yeah.
So like
I don't know.
But did he not just become like the president of? I don't like watching the movie. Just tell me what the movie's about when it's done.
Yeah.
This happens in Glam like every other day. I'm like, well, don't just tell me the end. Ruin it for me. I'm never gonna watch it. Like while it's happening, tell me where it all lands. But I do believe that he's like the president of the. He got a promotion.
Yeah,
no?
He got promoted. Yeah. Bills fans are not thrilled about either in here, but yeah.
Bills fans, maybe you're not right. Maybe they have talent on the team.
And that's the part I think with that report. We don't know if it's true or not because it's a report that Sean McDermott said they didn't have enough talent to win a Super Bowl and went in there like through 2 weeks before the playoffs started. Which,
the whole pass rusher thing?
Yeah.
Over the years?
I don't like hearing that from a coach. Believe in your team.
I'm sure
You're
he's
going to the playoffs.
I love Sean McDermott.
Yeah, no, I know.
The New England Patriots select Rob Gronkowski.
Dropping back, makes the catch over 2 defenders.
It's a 29-yard strike to the big boy.
Yo soy fiesta.
Yo soy fiesta.
Yo soy fiesta. Hey, that happened, what, 15 years ago? No, I'm 36 years old. I was 22. 14 years ago, Yo soy fiesta was created.
That's crazy.
And it still lives to this day.
It was your best. It was your best line, and I don't think you knew it when it happened, but it still makes me laugh. I don't know why does it have that kind of staying power?
And the thing about it is that I said Yo soy fiesta, meaning in English, I am party. But I was trying to say I'm going to party tonight, and I accidentally said I am party. But that's some Gronk, lingo right there.
I think you had it right the first time. I am party. I think that's why it's so funny.
You're right. That's why it worked a lot better. Just happened naturally.
It tracks. Let's talk about you. By the way, you're on Animal Control. Let's give this a plug. We got some sneaky,
Animal Control.
What's going on here? You and our friend Joel McHale. Seahawks fan.
Yeah, he is. So actually, I was on Animal Control last year after the Super Bowl, and that was a Super Bowl segment, and it was epic. It was great. They thought they were at Marshawn Lynch's house, and I opened the door. And Joel McHale's a big Seattle fan, and he actually acts as a Seattle fan in the episode as well. And I look all gangster, opening up the door, come on into my Super Bowl party house, and they're fun. It's a fun show. It's, there's a lot of characters in it. There's real live animals as well in this show. So this is my second appearance, second cameo, and I love doing it. What I really love is remembering a script, a couple pages worth, and then going out and performing it. It's like a brain, challenge, and I really like to do stuff like that.
Zebras are kind of not nice, right?
Zebras? There was no zebras.
There's no zebra?
No, there was no zebras.
Oh.
There was a buffalo.
We got bad intel.
There was a buffalo. There was... Oh, that's a real live buffalo right there. Oh, no.
You're literally with a zebra, Gronk. What are you talking about?
My bad. There was zebras there on the episode coming up.
They're not memorable.
Actually,
is that
tomorrow.
CGI? Is that AI zebra?
Yeah.
They inserted a post?
Well, you said zebras were mean, so I got a little bit confused. So then I was like, wait, there was no mean zebras, so there's no zebras at all. But the zebras I was feeding at the beginning of this episode coming up on this Thursday.
All right, let's talk about, you mentioned there was a bill. It's a perfect segue. It's why you're such a good teammate. Let's get to these bills. And there's, I guess, some drama going on right now, but I think let's just talk about the coach. 9 seasons. You love him. I love him. There are Buffalo fans who you are plugged in with. You're from there. They're upset that Brandon Beane is still the GM, let alone gets a promotion. What are your thoughts?
Right. Well, I saw all this news yesterday and the day before with everything that went down. But my thoughts were that if the Buffalo Bills lost to Jacksonville in Jacksonville, that Sean McDermott was going to be fired. And once they won that game and won that game convincingly, I had a feeling that Sean McDermott was in the clear. Like, there was no chance that he was going to get fired. To go down, beat a red-hot Jacksonville team, advance in the playoffs, win their first playoff game on the road, with the Buffalo Bills, I thought he was good. That was a big surprise he got fired. But then you look back at it, he has been in the playoffs the last, 6 years in a row, and he has lost, in the fourth quarter of every single one of those playoff games, even with a lead at some point or in the final seconds of the game, in very similar situations. So he can't get over that hump to win that big game, in the playoffs. If it's the second round, third round, first round, whatever round it is, he can't, get that team to get to where they need to get back to the Super Bowl. So I understand and the firing now, if you look back at the history of them, and history kind of states as well, if a coach can't get to the Super Bowl by year 6 or 7, they're most likely not going to make it to the Super Bowl. So I understand that situation, but the Brandon Beane situation, I'm really not familiar with. I know he's their GM. I didn't know he got promoted either, but I know the organization really likes him.
Do you think that they had enough talent to win the Super Bowl?
No, I don't. Dude, I don't think they have enough talent.
Wow.
And I said that at the beginning of the year. They got Josh Allen. If they had a true number 1 wide receiver on the outside and a solid number 2, I think they have enough talent then. But I didn't think, I was saying it all year long, the Buffalo Bills, or once the playoffs hit, this is going to be the easiest path to the Super Bowl for them because they don't have Patrick Mahomes out there. They don't have Joe Burrow they're going against. And Josh Allen is by far the best quarterback in the playoffs in the AFC. But this is his worst team that he's going into the playoffs with.
Why? Explain that. I can't, I don't get it. I don't get it.
But not having enough talent.
Where do you see not enough talent? Where do you?
An excuse.
Khalil Shakir has more yards after catch than almost any receiver in the National Football League. Tom didn't always have a true number 1 wide receiver. Patrick won 2 without Tyreek Hill. He was throwing to McCole Hardman, just the similar. Like do you know that they have the number 1 pass defense in the National Football League going into that game? Number 1 pass defense, Rob Gronkowski. Want to know who the NFL's leading rusher is this year? Take a guess.
James Cook.
So where are you seeing not enough talent? Where are you seeing not enough talent?
And even though I said not enough talent,
Rob.
I did correct it. I corrected it a little bit by saying that's not an excuse, though. You don't need the most talent in order to go all the way and in order to win a Super Bowl. It's the best team. It's the best team that plays together. For example, look at the Indiana Hoosiers. They just won the national championship, and they don't have the most talented guys on that roster. They don't even have a 5-star player, and they went down and they beat every team with 5 stars throughout the playoffs, which is just ridiculous. So, they're an inspiration. So that just shows that you can win, as a team, even if you don't have the most talented players. But I'm just saying that was their least talented roster, I believe, over the last couple of years. But they still...
They turned over the ball, Rob, 5 times.
They should have won.
And if they didn't turn over the ball 5 times, they would have won with the talent they had. And you know what? If they had turned over the ball just 3 times, they probably would have won with the talent they had.
Bill Lever. You're Buffalo Bill Lever. You're Bills Mafia.
But I'm not, because I'm saying that, and Bills fans will kill me because they think that they don't have enough talent. But you're not promoting the guy making the decision. I don't know. I've never thought they don't have the talent. I think it's like a weird excuse. I think Josh is going to manage the game better going forward.
Well, Josh Allen had so much on his shoulders throughout the year. That's why it's easy to say they don't have enough talent, because your quarterback shouldn't be doing it all. They shouldn't be running the ball. He shouldn't have to be making the heroic plays that he was making throughout the whole entire year. And that's where it's coming, as they don't have enough talent because of that reason, I would say, because of how much pressure was on Josh Allen. And they just don't have a true number 1. And it's fair to say, whenever a team doesn't have a true number 1 wide receiver, everyone always says we don't have enough talent. It feels like you need a true number 1 wide receiver, in order to believe in your team that you can make it all the way. And that's what a lot of people say when there's not a team with the skill position up to par.
I'm trying to
think about it. Think about it.
Tom Brady.
I mean, Tom. Well, he's different. He's different. You can't always.
People are
use
saying
Tom
Josh
Brady
Allen's
as
the best
excuse.
quarterback in the league right now. Okay, Patrick Mahomes. So are you saying Josh is not the best quarterback? I'm just saying.
He's the best quarterback in the AFC. Well, here's Tom. This just shows how
Josh is better than Patrick
Brady is.
Mahomes. Rob, I love you, but let's go. I'll have this argument with you.
No. He was better. Patrick Mahomes wasn't in the playoffs. Josh Allen was the best quarterback in the AFC in the playoffs.
If you need to win,
this year.
what is the goal of an NFL team to win a Super Bowl? I want you to tell me right now. You have to win a Super Bowl this weekend. Which quarterback you're picking to win that Super Bowl in the AFC? Josh over Patrick?
No.
Okay.
I would take Patrick Mahomes. He's proven.
Which in my head would say he's the best quarterback because that's who you're taking to accomplish what I assume is everyone's goal. Not to have 1,000 yards rushing and receiving or passing.
In the AFC, no doubt. But Josh Allen was the best quarterback in the playoffs in the AFC this year. Mahomes didn't make the playoffs this year. That's why they were saying it was the easiest path for the Buffalo Bills.
Let me ask you this. Who would be the guy?
That's why McDermott got fired, because according to the Buffalo Bills organization, they did have enough talent, and McDermott just couldn't get them over the hump. So that's why, obviously, he was let go.
Who can do it for them, right? Like, you don't really break up with someone at that. Like, I mean, things are like, when you are settled, you have a house together, you've been together a long time. Like, it's hard to break up unless you find somebody that knocks your socks off, you know? And you're like, man, my life would be better with this person. I'm happy. I'm settled, but this person makes me feel alive. Like, I want to, but I don't know who that person is for this Bills team.
I don't know who either. And that's why it was a shock to me. And I was surprised when the Buffalo Bills fired him, because there was already 8, 9 openings already at the head coaching position, with teams already having the advantage of already interviewing other guys out there and knowing, who to scout and who their next interview is going to be. And then all of a sudden the Buffalo Bills fire their head coach with so many other openings out there. I don't even know if there's enough, candidates out there that are actually qualified to be a head coach in the NFL.
Let's go through some
right now. I mean,
Brian Daboll requested.
So many openings.
The Bills requested a head coach interview with your Chaboy.
There we actually. If there's anyone out there that's going to spice up this organization, it would be actually Brian Daboll.
The return of Daboll.
But Daboll, because he was already there previously, I believe he got Josh Allen going. Okay. This is when Josh Allen took off, is when, his career skyrocketed when Brian Daboll was the offensive coordinator. So I think he would be a very spicy hire for the Buffalo Bills. The only problem is that just the way it ended with the Giants in that organization, is he ready to be a head coach again, or shall he go take an offensive coordinator position for a couple of years before, taking another head coaching job?
They said that Josh Allen will be part of the decision, which is not surprising, not something Tom Brady ever enjoyed. Being part of any decision. When he was the quarterback on the team you won 3 Super Bowls with, maybe the 4th one. Did Tom have personnel decisions in Tampa? He did, right? They checked with him.
I don't think he really had any personnel decisions when he was in New England, but in Tampa, I feel like he had a little say. I feel like, from what I just saw, he deserved it. Well deserved. I mean, being in his 40s, being around football for so long, and he's the one throwing the football to the guys. I think at the skill position, I think he had a little say. I mean, I'm not 100% sure. I wasn't in those meetings, but just from the looks of it and being around, I feel like he had a say, a decent amount.
Here's who's interviewing. Coach Lou Anarumo, so defensive-minded, guy. I could see him in Buffalo as he's never got it in a shot, though, so that's a little bit of a risk. Joe Brady.
In Buffalo, they need someone that is going to take this offense to a whole nother level. They don't need a defensive-minded coach in Buffalo. Okay. They need someone that can just draw, they need a Ben Johnson type that will just make this offense super electric with Josh Allen.
So that's
the type of head coach they need.
So no Anthony Lynn there. That takes care of him and Coach Lou. So, Clint Kubiak?
He could be definitely a possibility.
I could see that. Davis Webb is 30 years old. He's a year older than Josh, and they're best friends. So I bet you Josh is pulling for him. I don't know if that's the right move.
He may be too young. Yeah. Too young still. There's only one Sean McVay.
It's Daboll.
Yeah. I mean, if Daboll's interviewing, that would be pretty epic if he becomes the Buffalo Bills head coach. I mean, I think that would be a dream for him because he is a Buffalo guy. He's from Buffalo as well. And that's what truly got him on the map. In the NFL, he was, my position coach, but what really put him on the map was when he went to Buffalo and became the OC there and took Josh Allen to a whole nother level. So that would be pretty wild if he ends up the head coach there. I support it big time.
It's Gronk Day on Up and Adams. We like to do a little water break on the TV side. We'll be back. We're of course streaming still live on YouTube. Back with more. Hey, did you hear this? I'll give you other news. This is Gronk's prep for Fox. The Chiefs hired Chad O'Shea. Do you see that?
I actually just saw that this morning, and I'm pumped about it. Chad O'Shea is responsible. I wouldn't say responsible for Randy Moss's and Wes Walker's career in New England, but I would say he's responsible for Julian Edelman's career in New England. That's for sure. But Chad O'Shea, I mean, he was there in the prime of Randy Moss and Wes Welker at the wide receiver position. He was the wide receiver coach. You know, he helped establish them, helped that offense grow, you know, help those wide receivers be on the same page as Tom Brady. And he's got so much knowledge of the game of football. I love Chatty O. I associate myself with him at practice all the time. We always chit-chatted. We had a great time talking about things.
What can KC fans expect
off the field
from him?
of football as well. I'm a smart guy, very smart, knows the game of football, no doubt about it. He was an offensive coordinator before, but I truly believe that he fits at the wide receiver position better than any other coach, you know, out there. I wouldn't say better than any other. I would just say he's a top prospect. He's a top guy, but probably a top 3 wide receiver coach in the NFL. There's no doubt about that. But I'm telling you, his knowledge and the way that he could connect with players as well. It's not just about coaching and knowing what you know about football and knowing everything inside and out. It's how you connect with these guys and how can you bring the best out of them. And that's what he does. And that's why he's so great. And I think he's so the mold fits him perfect at the wide receiver position as well, at being a coach there.
I feel like when I was up there in New England, he was like really good at like, Julian and all them liked him, but he also like was held them accountable. And I think that's like a great thing for the Chiefs right now. The enemy's back, and like there's going to be this like return to, not that it ever went away, but there's going to be an emphasis on like accountability. Like I remember like nothing could slide, because his boss was hovering over him named Bill, you know? So it was like, he's got that Patriot-y way to him that I like. I have a question for you. Do you think Josh had to do all those like, put it on a show? You really think that?
Josh Allen?
Yeah. He couldn't.
I mean, he had to have a big game every time, you know, in order for them to win those big games and the big moments. So, I mean,
to me, it's like
it's a tough situation.
Tom did something.
Tough.
Tom just like knew that he could take over a game if he needed to, but he didn't. Like there's like a self-restraint. There's like that's like the magic of Tom. And I think Patrick has done that throughout the years. And I'm excited for Josh to not do that. The idea of like, I don't have to press or do it all or take off, or like I can, you know, I have a great team. That's like Tom's hallmark, was doing that. And I'm excited to see Josh do that. Okay, we're back on, I don't know what this TV is going berserk. We're back on the TV side with our friend Rob Gronkowski. We're going to do, I think, a little prop-a-shot. Let's just do it right now. Hammy, get in here.
Let's do it. Let's go. Let's get right into it. Hamilton, where are you at?
All right. Only a couple of weekends left here. Let's take a look at that scoreboard. Last week, Gronk, you went 1 for 3. Kay went 2 for 3. So, Kay, you now have a 3-point lead. You are at the goal line here. Let's see if Gronk can pull a Malcolm Butler and snatch this thing away from you here at the buzzer. So we are going to do our props this weekend for the NFC Championship game. Gronk, I'm going to start with you so we can get this comeback going. Your line is Matthew Stafford's passing yards, 255.5. You taking the over or the under?
I'm taking the over. No doubt, Matthew Stafford, he's on fire. He got Puka Nacua he's throwing to. He's got Devontae Adams. He's got like 8 tight ends to throw to as well.
He's not throwing any of them.
He's going over, baby.
He's throwing to some guy named like Mumford or something. He's not even throwing to these guys anymore. I gotta tell you, Gronk, the joy it brings me that you have cheated so many times this season on this, and I'm still kicking your ass and pulling away, running away with it.
Show.
Literally,
right? Hey,
like the joy.
Points right now.
The joy it brings my heart that your cheating booty is losing.
-1.
Yeah. Gronk, everything Gronk has done has been ethical in this segment.
Yeah.
So let's watch those allegations, or I am going to have to deduct a point here.
I'm sure you will. You'll find a way.
All right, okay, your turn now. Jackson Smith and Jigba's line for receiving yards, 90.5. Do you think he goes over or under?
I love him. Such a stud. Called it for the preseason. He's going to have an epic. I could not predict this kind of a year, though. But he has hit the over in the first 2 bouts against the Rams. Trip to the Super Bowl on the line, stud, over.
All right, Gronk, back to you. We're staying in Seattle.
Last week.
What?
He had 18 yards last week, Kay.
Who's telling you that? Who's telling him that?
All right, Gronk, we're going to stay in Seattle. Kenneth Walker's line for rushing yards, 87.5, over under.
Oh, he's got to go over. You know,
No Zach Charbonnet, remember, too.
Yeah. No Charbonnet.
God, I'm leaving.
Kenneth Walker, he went for over 100 last week, 3 touchdowns as well. He's got to go over again. I mean, it's going to be a high-scoring game, I feel like. It's going to be back and forth, throughout the whole game. It's going to be fun to watch. I'm excited about this one. I'm more excited about, the Patriots are in it, so I'm very excited about the AFC Championship game, but this is one of the best NFC Championship games that we going into it that, that is going to be excited, that we're all excited for, is the Rams or Seattle, like the 2 best teams of the NFC, same division. This is going to be a great game.
What is happening?
Oh, I'm all over the place, okay? Early morning.
I really like it.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, that TNF game between these two is the game of the year. So if it's anything close to that,
it's going to be
a great one.
I quit. This is so.
That's what I'm trying to say. Hamilton's on my side. That's +1 for hyping up this game.
Shouldn't this have
+1.
ended? Shouldn't this have ended after week 18?
I mean, maybe if Gronk was winning, it would have ended.
This is
but
such
we need to give Gronk a
BS.
chance
It
to come
just hit
back.
me. Why are we even doing this segment anymore? I literally won the Frop-A-Shot.
No.
I mean,
That's like
we're allowed
saying
to
you
play.
have the best record after
I think
the
I'm
regular
done.
season.
I think I'm
Like,
gonna.
what'd we do?
No, I think I'm literally gonna.
What'd we do?
We can put this out there, but Hamilton. I'm dumb until I'm not, and we're gonna talk about this after the show.
You gotta play through the playoffs.
Absolutely not. This is.
You gotta play through the playoffs.
Come
You
on.
gotta see what your team's all about.
We're
in the
not doing that.
postseason.
We didn't do it last
and
year.
Kate Bolt's in the postseason. She's trash. Kenneth Walker over 87.5 yards. Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, what's mine?
All right.
Hurry.
Kyron Williams, his line for rushing, 54.5. Did he go over?
I want to say we can't not ask Gronk about the Patriots, so do not let Gronk leave the show before we. I know that we've got Romeo Doubs on. We cannot be that unprofessional. Okay, I'm gonna. What is this? Kyron over. I'm gonna go over. Quorum. I know quorum's a thing. It's something. Quorum is something to consider, but Kyron still had like a bazillion touches against Chicago, so I think. If there's a similar split to this one, he's going to hit the over. Maybe not easily, though. I don't know if I like that one. Continue.
All right, Gronk. One anytime touchdown score for the Rams.
Puka Nacua, this guy's a beast. He's been scoring in every game that he plays in. This guy just dominating left and right. He just brings so much juice to that table, and he's going to score once again. He can go deep. He can run intermediate routes. You can just throw him the ball on a screen, and he'll take it to the house. Puka Nacua. And this is +3 points if he scores 2.
No,
Let's
it's
go.
not. This is such crap. I'm so over this right now.
With all this complaining, it might be +3 points. We'll see. Okay, one anytime touchdown score for the Seahawks.
We know it would be nice. I'm gonna go storyline here, and it might bite me. Cooper Kupp, okay, against the Niners, amazing. Think about him cashing in against his former team to earn a trip back to the Super Bowl. I'd love to see it. Okay, to recap, in this fairyland made-up game, because I already won, Jackson Smith-Njigba over 90.5 receiving yards, Kyron over 54.5 rushing. 54.5 you can do even with the quorum, and Cooper Kupp getting in the end zone, a nice Cinderella story. And Gronk got Stafford with the over, Kenneth Walker over rushing. That's kind of high, 87.5, but yes, no Charbonnet. And Puka Nacua scoring a touchdown. By the way, FanDuel in playoff mode. That means you get to choose your own reward for each round of the NFL playoffs. All FanDuel customers can choose between a no-sweat bet or a profit boost. So this weekend for the conference championships, make sure to get on the app and make your choice over on FanDuel. I don't know where we had a Patriots question. I'm sure we had one. Hammy, do you have one?
Yeah, only Hamilton could ask me. Hamilton, what's your Patriot question?
I
got
can't
answers.
find my notes.
And so
I got answers for you.
yeah, so we had a couple Patriots questions in here.
You get one.
AFC Championship game back in Denver. I know you and Jules talked about how difficult it is to play there. What's the key for New England to counteract that in that building, in that kind of environment?
Well, you got to have solid communication skills. If it goes down to hand signaling, sign language, because it's so loud in there. It's one of the top 3 loudest stadiums, in the NFL. You got Kansas City, that's a loud stadium. You got Seattle, obviously. I think Seattle's probably number 1. And then you also have Denver. So the atmosphere, it's very tough to play there. You're also a mile high up with the altitude. So it's a little bit tougher to breathe, but it doesn't really affect you too much at all, especially if you don't pay attention to it. So you just got to be prepared to communicate on the offensive side of the ball and work on that throughout practice all week so you're ready to go when it comes to game time and you can't really hear each other in the huddle or at the line of scrimmage.
Patriots favored by 5.5. Who you got?
5.5. That's a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm going with the Patriots. I like money line bets. I like the money line bets. So if we're talking just straight up, I'm not saying they're going to win by more than 5.5 or if they're going to win, by less than 5.5. I'm just going Patriots, just straight up on that money line. They're going to win this game. They're the more of the complete team, even though they've been making the mistakes the last 2 games in the playoffs, they're going to fix those mistakes. Those turnovers that they have had, they're lucky that, like Houston had way more turnovers, which was absurd, but they're lucky in that instance. But I think they're going to correct that. They're going to clean it up, and they're going to go into Denver and give us that redemption, from the 2016 game when we lost.
I was at that game. That sucked. I hated that game for you guys. We'll take a break here. We'll keep Gronk through the break and then bring on Romeo Doubs, Packers wide receiver / free agent, on the show. I want to play a little game with you here. That's why you guys should subscribe to the Up and Adams YouTube. All right, can we go to the quarterback game?
All right, let's go.
It's question 8 and prompter. Sean, can you get there for me? Thank you, my man.
Great game so far. Is this who can be silent longer?
Yeah, I know. I'm ready to go. Okay, so the 4 quarterbacks left, right? They're they're fun to look at, right? Different stages of their career, Gronk. I'm going to hit you with just some rapid fire here. Which quarterback has the most to gain from a trip to Super Bowl 60?
Ooh. Sam Darnold.
Why?
Well, Drake May's, in the early stages of his career, so he'll have plenty of more opportunities. So if it doesn't happen this year, it can happen next year or the year after. He's got a lot more years to go. Jared Stidham doesn't have any pressure on him at all, Jared.
Which quarterback has the best all-around supporting cast, offense, defense, and coaching?
Oh, definitely Matthew Stafford. No doubt about that. I mean, he's got Puka. He's got Devontae Adams. He's throwing to all the tight ends he's throwing to as well. He's got Sean McVay as the coach, and then he has a solid defense. And there's a lot of experience. There's a lot of veterans, too. Can
you guys put me and Gronk in? There we go. Now we got it here. Let's do this, and we can have it for social. Which quarterback will change your opinion of the most with a loss?
Ooh, with a loss. Ooh, that's tough. That's a really tough one right there. I mean,
not Matt.
Ooh.
Matt's amazing. Oh,
yeah, he is.
Sam.
I would say Sam Darnold, definitely. I mean, this is the year where, hey, can Sam Darnold get over that hump? Can he show up in the big games? Can he show up in the postseason? So if he loses and it's on him, then it'll definitely not change that opinion of his season this year.
Which quarterback would you want to watch a documentary about?
Ooh, well, we would have to go with...
That's a tough question.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford, definitely Matthew Stafford. I mean, being in Detroit, having Calvin Johnson as his wide receiver, not even going to the playoffs once, or I think he went to the playoffs one time, I think, and didn't win the game in Detroit. And now he's back in LA with the Rams and winning Super Bowls. That would be a good documentary. Drake May's too young.
Which quarterback looks like they have the most unread messages on their phone?
Oh, definitely Jared Stidham because of what happened. And it's like the turnover's so quick that he can't have time to read all the messages that he's getting. He has to prepare ASAP for the New England Patriots.
Which quarterback would you be happiest for to raise a Lombardi?
Ooh, I would say I'm going to go with my guy, Drake May, and the Patriots, I'm a Patriot homer. I'm a Patriot for life.
And this was a great episode of Animal Control. We'll see you next week.
You're right. But I wasn't controllable. I was animal uncontrollable.
You were animal uncontrollable, and that we leave it. Bye, Gronk.
Bye, guys.
Touchdown! Romeo Doubs! Throws for deep. He's got Doubs. He's got it! Touchdown! Rolling that way. It is caught by Romeo Doubs. Luck gets it out quick. He's got Doubs. He's got it!
My next guest wrapped his 4th year as a receiver in with the Green Bay Packers, leading the team in catches, receiving yards, and touchdown. Romeo Doubs, when's the last time I saw you? 19 years ago?
I mean, we did something together, Super Bowl week in Vegas.
A long time ago.
Very long time ago.
What are you doing? You're walking around your house ordering stuff on Amazon left and right? That's what I hear. You're an all-pro Amazon orderer?
Yes.
Tell me more about that.
Very elite.
What's the last thing you ordered?
I ordered some. Might have been some stuff for the house because I just moved in, to a place out in Cali right now. So
Okay. Yeah, you're an LA guy. I thought maybe you were buying like gifts for Veronica. You got to be the best uncle in that wide receiver room, Romeo.
Oh yes, indeed. Hold on, let me set up.
You're good. This is
you're
perfect,
good.
actually. Listen, your quarterback's having a baby. How did you guys find out?
It was.
Did he tell you?
I think he did. I do not remember. But look at him, man.
What kind of dad is he going to be?
Hey, it's gonna be an amazing one. What do you mean? It's J Love, man.
Yeah.
One of the best people I've been around. Obviously, just growing with them. Just in the building, being his buddy off the field. It's amazing to see, man.
Romeo, do you want to have a seat, get comfortable, so I can ask you some questions, or you want to walk around? What do you want to do?
Oh,
You're good?
I'm good.
Okay, I like it. You don't remember your quarterback telling you he's having a child, but I know that you remember some of these career highlights from this incredible season that you have had. Like, truly, we have to talk about the 3 touchdown performance you're seeing. Week 4 Cowboys. I loved this game for you, and this is not the first time you've tortured that team. What's with Dallas?
I have no idea, man. Things were just clicking going into that game. I was feeling real confident in that game. And as you can see, just based off the touchdown dances alone, I was having fun on the football field. And, it was a great feeling. But, went out there with a tie. It was a weird feeling after the game, too, because I've never been in a tie throughout my years in the NFL or whatnot. So, yeah, I don't know what it is about Dallas, but, how about them Cowboys? I guess like what they always say, but, yeah.
You've got some former Cowboys on your team. How do they handle that?
Yeah, Kenny. I didn't speak to Kenny at all that game. He looked at me in my eye and he walked right past me. But I love Kenny. It's no bad blood.
Kenny didn't even say hi?
He was locked in. That's just what he do. But yeah, shout out Kenny, man. Shout out Kenny. I love him.
I thought this year was so spectacular for you. I feel like you make every contested catch. Every time you're in a one-on-one situation, you come down with it. How do you do that?
It just comes down to practice habits, it's something that I rep week in and week out, just making sure that I stay as consistent as I can doing it. And, that's been a trait that I've had since I was in college, high school. And I just wanted to make sure I, just locked in on the little details, carrying that over into the NFL.
Rom, how do you look at your season? I'm career highs in receiving yards. Led the Packers in receiving, 724, 6 touchdowns, a 3rd straight playoff appearance. You finish out your rookie contract. How do you look at your season?
It was a pretty solid season, but I would lean more into, my growth going into that year because I knew, obviously, because I know the motto throughout the years of me being there was us being a young receiving room, and it's just, just upping my level of just being around the players, coaching the players, and being around Matthew and Savion, things in that nature. Just being a veteran is what I should have said.
I was going to say, you're not young anymore, right? You're wrapping your rookie at what point does this team grow up?
I mean, it's. I would say it's happening now. I just finished up Christian to be in year 5.
Crazy.
Jaden and Octavian Wicks and being 4, and it's just. I just think it's just gonna keep going.
It's weird because at the same time you're saying all of this, you're 25 years old. Like you're 25, but you're this OG, sort of helping these guys. It's a weird spot. What is that like?
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
But obviously, just getting more experience in the NFL, that's just what comes with it. And I think it's just natural for guys in my shoes or Christian's shoes just to, help out the dudes that are just getting the offense so that they can go out there, play faster, be more confident, so.
Season did not end how you wanted it to. You were so. What is that face?
Shout out Chicago, great football team. Saw them literally 3 times in the last 5 weeks, so it was. But I mean, again, not a great feeling. But I mean, it is what it is. It's just football. That's just the way the game's played. Outside of, Green Bay and Chicago being one of the biggest rivalries in football, obviously.
Yeah.
And
didn't always feel like
man.
this though. I want to ask you, like, so as a fan, it's different than playing. It's different. At what point did you sort of start to look at Chicago a little differently than in years past?
Oh, when they, it was multiple moments. Like, excuse my daughter in the background.
No,
Sorry
it's
about
great.
that.
Milani, right?
Yes.
Hi, Milani.
Lonnie, she in her own world.
That's fine. I love that.
Yeah.
So what do you mean it was multiple moments? Like what moments stuck out as far as like
Yeah,
you look
like-
at them like, oh, okay, this isn't like maybe as one-sided as it used to be.
Yeah, so when I first came in, again, I didn't really, I'm a young player. I don't really know much. I just know to obviously go out there, play football, just, be a dude. And like I said, so when they took Jordan out the game, that was number 1. Because everybody in the world know it was a dirty hit. I mean, again, shout out to Chicago. Again, great football team, but that was number 1, obviously. Like, everybody in the world saw it. I saw it, you saw it. And again, it was just, I think just the energy on both ends, like, them chanting Green Bay sucks before playing the Rams, and it's just like, like, I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. But the rivalry is very deep there. From the fan base to the players. And it's just, again, there's just so much more to it. Like, I don't even know how to I don't really know how to break it down, but again, I don't know.
It sounds like this is going to stick with you, like it's sticking. I mean, you're there, you're like, I'm a young player, I'm just a guy, but now it sounds like you have what is your like stake in the rivalry personally?
No, it's
real.
I mean, it's definitely real. Definitely real. And it's just, again, just the whole, shebang from, again, like I said, players talking and
that hit.
Obviously,
it ratcheted it up.
It's just, it's just like,
What are the what are the chances you and me can like get your coach and Coach Johnson together, talk it out?
Oh my goodness. Okay, I would leave that unknown. That is not my business, because that was clearly in the air as well. But I would stay out of that. That's
Smart. Well, I want to tell you this. It's incredible theater, but whatever. I have to tell you. So I've interviewed Matt LaFleur a bunch. I'd say in the past 2 years, I've spent like 10, 15 minutes with him off camera, like before or after an interview. And out of those 10 minutes, 9 of those minutes are about Romeo Doubs. And he loves you, respects you. I don't know how to, really, it's like special. I remember in an interview, there were rumors about the team moving you or you not making the team or something like that. And he got so mad, like really viscerally mad about that. What is that relationship?
I love Coach LaFleur. Like, you know, he's a huge reason why I am where I am. And I don't even want to speak on like just the football aspect because I know, you know, just part of my growth just as a person. I give him a ton of credit for that because, again, you know, it's just a bigger perspective on every end. Like, you know, you get a Hall of Famer in Aaron Rodgers and you bring in Jordan. Clearly, the whole offense is different going into that next year when Randall's gone and Cobby's gone. And I thought just throughout the course of those years with Jordan, obviously, being the guy in Green Bay, I thought he did a fantastic job. Just obvious, because again, with us being young players in the league, are we talented as a room, as an offense? Yes, we are. But it was just, again, where I'm going with this is how the league sees rooms in general. Where, let's say, if I'm in a completely different building where usually the guys that are in the league that know the way are in like years 4, years 6, 7. Like there's a leader in that room. And, you know, I thought he did a fantastic job just understanding the situation where obviously, like, I don't even know how to explain this. It's just, it wasn't normal is what I'm saying.
What do you mean?
It was different.
Wasn't normal?
Just the team, like how young the team is and just giving us that opportunity to grow is what I'm saying.
Romeo, people said that there was comments about you and this team, and he like came out and people wanted your coach fired after the season.
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
I disagree with that. And the biggest reason for that is because like Matt has he's one of the best coaches in the league, bro.
Let's go.
And, you know, like I said, just based off the situation alone and what he had to deal with, like, I do not fault them keeping him there. Like, you know, he's one of the top coaches in the league.
He's back. Will you be?
And I would leave that unknown. I would love to be a Green Bay Packer, but I'm just aware of this business. I understand how things go. And, I just keep it real short.
Can I ask you this? When you're on Amazon buying things, like you look at like value, priority, what's important? I'm going to go over a little. I'm so sorry. What's important to you as a free agent? Is it being a true labeled wide receiver one? Is it, you know, like what's important to you as you will hit the market and you'll get wined and dined by teams wanting to bring you home?
I got to be honest. I get it. You know, free agency and money and all this other stuff. But when it really comes down to it, I just want to play football. And, like, again, the situation is everything. Like, I know there's a lot of energy that goes into that. But, like I said, when it comes down to it, you know, I still got to be a ball player. I still got to go out there, make plays, be a team guy, you know, be reliable, and just to continue to be a leader that I'm growing into.
Sounds like you want to be a Packer, but I will tell you, go take the nice dinners because I think you're going to have teams like the Chiefs, and I think the Ravens. I'm looking Giants. I made a list. Saints, Titans. You can go team up with Halfley. There will be lots of calls for you, Romeo Doubs, and I hope you enjoy that. Ultimately, I hope you do whatever makes you happy. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you. I appreciate you
Bye, Romeo.
as always.
Hi to Milani. We'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.